And we're live. Welcome to our new podcast about football. I'm Bruno.
I'm Rhythm.
So we're going to start talking about Manchester United Liverpool. So,
Yeah.
what did you think about the game, Rita?
Well, I'm clearly disappointed by the draw of the game, but still we have okay. By the way, I'm a Liverpool fan. Just to clarify,
Big Liverpool fan.
yeah, huge Liverpool fan, and I hate United. So
I didn't know you hated United.
yeah, I actually hate United, but I don't hate United as much as I used to because now they're kind of sort of like weak, and I kind of feel sometimes bad for them, and I kind of feel bad for their fans in a way. But in aspect of today's game, I think United did well. Like they had a pretty strong first half. They came with a good game plan, good tactics. They had the plan of pressurizing Liverpool and like give them taste of their own medicine for the first 45 minutes. At least for the first 15 minutes.
Yeah,
For
it's like
sure.
an ugly game
Yeah.
for a big part of it.
I think they were successful in throwing the rhythm of the game out of the window pretty good. I think if they had let Liverpool play in their own rhythm, they would have been destroyed in a way. The game would have
Yeah.
ended like 3-1 or 4-1 in Liverpool's favor,
Yeah.
but
They had to make it ugly.
yeah. And yeah, it was not a nice game to look at for the most part of the game.
Yeah. Do you think it's a good result for Liverpool?
I think it's an okay result. It would have been better, but could have been very worse. Like if Liverpool had finished with like a 1-0,
Mm-hmm.
like in the end, which was the most probable outcome. Like how did Lallana score? I
Yeah.
don't know. Like three,
Yeah, it's
four
pretty
people
crazy.
missed. Even some Liverpool players also missed the ball somehow. They were trying to touch the ball, but they missed. And
Yeah, that
Lallana
was
got
kind
it
of
for
like a
free.
scramble.
Yeah, that was like the worst scramble I've seen in a long time.
That was a bad goal, but it counts.
Yeah, and it was a good reminder for Liverpool also in a sense that they need to be sharp. They need to be sharper because in the last 3, 4 past games, also in the Champions League games, I think from a Liverpool perspective, they were not playing at the highest level that they can play.
Yeah, they're not quite playing as well as they were playing at the start of the season. Right?
Yeah, so they were playing lucky.
Yeah, just getting some goals here and there.
Yeah, so but it's an okay result. We will take it from here. But what do you think it will change for Manchester United going forward? Do you think it's like it will change their season in a way?
I don't know. I don't know if like this is gonna give them confidence. I think if they had won against Liverpool, that would have given them a lot of confidence. But they didn't quite get the win, so but it's still a pretty good result against which is for the team that is probably the best team in the world right now, Liverpool. So, but I don't know if Solskjaer is gonna remain their manager for a long time.
You don't think so?
Well, I think they're doing pretty bad. So it's been a really rocky start of the season. So he might not hang in there. So I don't know. Before the end of the year, he might lose his job.
No, there is a high percentage of chance that
Yeah, I think
he
so.
might lose his job.
And they've like in recent years they haven't had a lot of stability in terms of managers. So
Right. But what do you think is
they're not scared of firing managers.
no, that's they're good at like changing
Yeah,
managers and
that's the thing they're good at right now.
yeah, changing managers and
Which is not a good thing overall.
no, bringing in new players also. But no, ideally, what do you think United's target would be for the season, or what should be their goal going towards the middle
Like
of the
realistically?
season? Realistically,
Well, I think if you
what
look,
should they be happy with?
if you look at their roster, and I was expecting a lot more from United, especially because they did well last year when Solskjaer took over. I mean,
For
they
the first 10
yeah, for the first 10 games or something like that. They were doing. I think they had like 7 straight wins,
Yeah,
something like that. I don't know if it was 7 exactly, but I think it was something like
something
that.
like that.
Yeah. So, and I think that's the kind of results that they should be having, considering the players that they have. I think their defense needs work in terms like the players. I think
Mhm.
they should probably hire like some fullbacks. But I mean, they have decent central defenders. Maybe they need a little bit more work there. But I mean, De Gea is one of the best goalkeepers in the Premier League. I don't know if he's the best because now there's Ederson, Ellison,
Yeah, I'm not
uh,
called to hear the best.
Kepa. But I mean, he's a pretty good goalkeeper. They have a pretty good midfield, I would say. Um, Rashford is a pretty decent striker. They have Martial, who can play as number 9 as well. So, I mean, I think, okay, I think Liverpool has a better team than Manchester United, perhaps. Manchester City has a better roster. But
No,
is
real.
Tottenham better than United? I don't really think so. So, but as a team, realistically,
What they should be looking for, like right now?
well, in the beginning of the season, I think they should be looking at third place.
No, not in the beginning of the season. So it's like
Well, right
9 months
now,
down.
right now they want to finish in the top 6.
You think if they can finish in the top 6, that is a good result for
No,
them?
it's a terrible result because it's Manchester United, but it's the best thing that they can. I mean, they could still get a Champions League spot. If they get a solid run, because the other top teams are not doing very well except for Liverpool and Manchester City. So, I mean, realistically, yeah, they should be looking at
Top 4.
top 4. Also because it's Manchester United. A team like that, they need to be playing the Champions League. So.
Yeah, I think that's
And
a
they
good
can do
point.
it. I mean, Leicester City's in the top 4 right now. No, they don't have a better roster than Manchester United by any stretch of the imagination. So, they definitely have the potential to be in the top 4, but they have to start winning games fast.
Yeah, I mean, I'm not entirely sure that they have the potential of getting into top 4 because I
You don't think so?
I think their team chemistry is not well. They don't have a good number of midfielders. Like Rashford gets zero service. So if you see Rashford's game, I think a lot of people would agree that Rashford takes good runs into the box, but he doesn't get good service from the midfield. Like if there was like a Paul Scholes in the Manchester United midfield, Rashford could have scored like twice the number of goals that he currently scores. He would get that sort of service. They
Yeah,
don't
yeah,
have
like
a
Scholes, yeah.
yeah. So they don't have a good midfield to start with.
Yeah, like a guy, yeah, like James Rodriguez, I think would have been a good signing for them. Isco would have been a good signing.
Christian Eriksen,
Ericsson would be an excellent signing.
yeah.
They can get him for pretty cheap because I think he wants to leave Tottenham, and I think his contract expires at the end of the year. So they should be able to get him for cheap now.
Well,
In theory.
do you think the top players are looking to move into Manchester
No,
United?
no, I don't. But it's still Manchester United. So, uh, I mean, if you're moving from Tottenham to Manchester United, I think it's still a move.
It's an upgrade?
Yeah, I think so.
You think so still?
Well, because it's a different club. I mean, it's a bigger club than Tottenham. If we're talking just about the teams, I think they're a little bit better than Tottenham, like player by player.
Yeah.
Tottenham is a little bit more complete, but I think Manchester United has a little bit more depth. I like some of their attacking players better than Tottenham's attacking players because I think the only superstar, like striker for Tottenham is Harry Kane, and Manchester United has, they have more options, even though they sold Lukaku. But yeah, I mean, in terms of a club, I think Manchester United is a bigger club than Tottenham.
Okay, slightly drifting away from the point. Now we can start talking about Tottenham a little more.
All right.
Yeah, so I think Tottenham has a very good player in their arms who is going to be like next biggest thing, maybe of the Premier League, is Heung-min Son. I think Son is one of the best wingers that we have seen in a long time. In
Really?
English Premier League, yeah.
Think he's that good?
Yeah, he's that good, and his if you watch this season, he has been phenomenal for the first 8-9 games. Because Harry Kane has been playing like
Yeah, I mean, he's
he
been
used
pretty
to play.
good. Yeah, he's a good player.
Like he's the only performer in Tottenham team right now, and I think any big club would be interested in looking at buying Son. Like he's in his peak right now.
Yeah, I mean, he's a very good player
Yeah.
for sure. Um,
I mean, But
Yeah, but they're also underperforming. Tottenham is not doing as well as.
yeah, what is happening with Tottenham? That's
What
the
is
question.
happening with Tottenham?
Yeah, they're not as bad as they should. They're right now performing. That's my question is. They're conceding 7 goals in Munich. I think they
Yeah.
just drew or lost to Watford
Yeah, that was a big one.
yesterday. They're not winning anything. They're conceding 3-4 goals every match. So what is happening with Tottenham?
Uh, yeah, I mean that's a good question. I don't know why they're so much worse this year.
Because this is the team we have to remember that played.
Reached the Champions League final,
Exactly.
finished in the top three. I think two seasons in a row.
Yeah,
Yeah, I don't know. I wonder if they're just depressed because they lost the Champions League final.
yeah.
I don't know. Maybe they're not as focused.
I think their transfer team did a really bad job during this window.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think the team's morale is very low, and
I mean, did they bring any big players in?
they brought in Tanguy and Ndombele from
Okay.
Lyon.
Okay. So he's a good,
So
good addition.
yeah, he's a decent. I mean, it's a good.
Yeah, I
addition.
mean, he's not a superstar.
Yeah, but the problem was with Christian Eriksen. I
If
believe.
they lose Christian Eriksen, they lose a lot of quality
Yeah, but I think they should have let him go when he wanted to go there.
because he's not motivated to play
Yeah.
for Tottenham.
He's not motivated.
Well, yeah, and they would have gotten a lot of money for him.
Yes, exactly.
Yeah,
And they
and
could
that
have
way you
paid
can rebuild the squad.
Yeah.
You can bring in some new faces.
So that's the problem. I think Harry Kane, after the injuries, are not that much sharp anymore. I mean, he has having like ankle injuries, ankle issues for some time, and I mean, you cannot expect every year or every time Tottenham in problem Harry Kane to rescue them in a way.
Yeah. Well, I mean, but he's their best player, so in that sense, it's like Barcelona without Messi is not the same, you know, or Real Madrid didn't used to be the same without Cristiano
Yeah.
Ronaldo, and now they don't have Cristiano Ronaldo
Yeah.
at all. So they're
And-
not scoring as many goals.
Yeah, and the biggest problem is also the defense. Vertonghen and Toby Alderweireld, the combination that has worked for such a long time, has just suddenly stopped working. Like that is
Yeah.
also very bizarre to me. Like it was working pretty well for last 3-4 years since Pochettino became the manager in a way, but it has completely stopped working.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, I don't know. I think it's still pretty early in the season, you know, and we're still in October, so still this is we're only like a quarter of the season in, so there's a lot of games to be played. So I think you know we can still be looking at a top four finish for Tottenham, but they're definitely not performing as consistently as well as they were for most of last year.
Yeah,
And I think, yeah, maybe just the fact that the players are getting a little bit older, they've gotten very close to becoming the best team in Europe, and they lost that final. You know, maybe they haven't been adding a lot of new players to the squad, so you miss out on the opportunity to improve the squad, to get in some like new blood. So
Yeah.
yeah, I mean the morale is probably not at the highest point, and also Ericsson wanting to leave and
I mean Eriksen would probably leave in this December.
kind of getting stuck in the club.
Yeah, my prediction for Tottenham is that this is gonna be it's very similar to what Klopp's Dortmund was in their last season, which finished 7th, which was pretty much the same Dortmund team that Klopp was managing for a long time, but the last season was the worst season of all of them, and they suddenly dropped a bunch of points, and they were kind of lucky to finish 7th. They could have been like 10th or 11th.
Yeah, and sometimes you have bad seasons, you know,
Yeah.
like that Klopp season with Dortmund, and
Yeah.
now maybe Pochettino might move to a bigger team.
Yes, that is inevitable.
You think it's
That's
inevitable?
inevitable, but which team is it going to be?
Manchester United, maybe, or Real Madrid. Yeah, those are the two big ones, I think.
Yeah, I think a lot of clubs would be interested in.
Yeah, a lot of clubs. I think Real Madrid is looking at Pochettino.
Yeah.
I think Manchester United is probably definitely looking at
Yeah,
Pochettino. They're probably looking at everybody at this point.
I mean both these clubs are the most talked about club.
But I think Zidane might stick around for a while. It all depends on the results.
But how
But
has
Zidane has never been like very safe at Real Madrid. No one's very safe at Real Madrid. So,
correct?
but if he has results, so if he is leading the league, if he's doing okay in the Champions League, he might stick around until the end of the season. But if not,
Yeah, but Pochettino is from Argentina. He played in, I think, Espanyol for most of the time.
yeah, I
If I'm not wrong. So he has La Liga, and I don't
think
see
it's-
someone leaving Tottenham and going to United. That's what I'm trying to say. Like,
Well, but he has no real loyalty towards Tottenham, you know.
you don't think so?
I don't. I don't. I mean, it's not that he doesn't like Tottenham, but it's not like, you know, he grew up in London and or played for Tottenham for a
No,
long
he
time.
almost said in one press conference that Manchester United is a big club.
Yeah, so if Manchester United comes calling, I think it's very hard to say no. Even Mourinho, that was his dream job. He always wanted to go to United, and then didn't really work out. But
Great name drop because another question.
you're like a professional.
Yeah. Third big question now, and I mean we are touching all the topics that have been most talked about this season is Jose Mourinho. Where is he going to end up? Is he going to be unemployed the entire
No,
2019?
maybe, but he's definitely gonna. He says I heard that he has already chosen his next club.
I think he's
Because I think he got some offers. I don't remember which club
well. He
wanted to bring him in.
he got an offer from Nice or Lyon, something like that.
Oh, yeah, but it was also a bigger club. I don't remember right now which one, but they said publicly said that they tried to get Mourinho.
Really?
Yeah, and he said no.
I think Inter Milan.
It might have been Inter.
Yeah.
I don't know. I right now I forgot which one
Yeah,
it
I
was
think it
exactly,
was-
but it was a bigger club for sure. It wasn't Nice or Lyon. So I mean Lyon is a reasonably big club, but
Yeah, but
no, but I think it was bigger. I think it was big. Oh, it was like Sporting. So I guess not a huge club,
Uh-huh.
but I mean it would make sense, for him to go back to Portugal for a couple seasons, 1 season, 2 seasons, and he has the opportunity to manage like a big club in Portugal.
Mhm.
Maybe because he's not at the best time in his career, So, I mean, for a Portuguese manager to manage like one of the three big clubs in Portugal, even if it's just for 1 or 2 seasons, I think that would make sense. But he said, but the important thing is he said he already knew which club he was going to manage. So
I think it's a waiting game or rather.
maybe he was just like bullshitting.
Yeah.
But
It was a baiting game that he was playing. Like he was like, "Come and get me," sort of in a way. And I think Tottenham might chew on that because since Pochettino is gonna leave at some point, that's inevitable. They are going to look for new managers.
yeah, I think Tottenham. Yeah, Tottenham is a big one.
And Mourinho loves London. He's living in London for
Yeah.
almost of
And
entire
I think his
life.
family lives in London.
Yeah,
Pretty sure his family lives in London. So
Yeah.
he probably wants to live in London
yeah.
with his family. So Tottenham would make sense. Arsenal. But Arsenal is doing okay with Emery, right?
Yeah.
So, yeah, I don't think Arsenal would go for him. But Tottenham, yeah, for sure. Like, we might see, like, a domino thing. Like, Pochettino leaving to Manchester United or Real Madrid and Mourinho going to Tottenham. That would make sense for sure.
Yeah, I mean that this domino happened.
Or going back to Real Madrid.
I don't see that happening. to be honest.
They like him at Real Madrid.
The management might like him, like
Yeah, the
Florentino
management
Perez
loves
likes
him.
But
Yeah.
I mean, Sergio Ramos is gonna leave the moment Mourinho comes in. He said that there's a lot of
Come a little
there
closer,
are
I think.
a lot of players who are gonna leave. Like the moment Mourinho goes to play for.
Yeah, but a lot of those players are old players at this point. Sergio Ramos, Marcelo, like these are like really the old guard.
Yeah, now
They're all
playing
like,
well.
yeah, they're all in the next 2 years or so. They're going to be replaced anyways.
Yeah.
So for a guy like Marcelo, it wouldn't be a bad idea, even because they just got Mendy, who's a very good left back. So they might want to offload Marcelo, for example, just to give an example, and get some good money for him, because they would probably get some pretty good money for him,
Yeah.
and he's not gonna be playing at the highest level for more than two or three years.
So best chances for
And they have
Mourinho?
Mendy, you know. So
Yeah.
maybe the same thing with Sergio Ramos. You know, they have Varane. They have who's the other like young center back that they have?
Nacho.
Yeah, I mean, they have Nacho. They have Militao.
Edgar Militao.
Yeah,
Yeah.
he's a very good young player. So
Yeah.
he's the replacement for Sergio Ramos. You know, naturally, he's Varane is still pretty young, and Sergio Ramos is probably on his way out in the next 2 years or so.
Yeah, I mean, I don't honestly think that Ramos is going to leave the Real Madrid.
Well, he might stick
doesn't-
around
he
and be
wants
like
to
a
stay.
captain, and
Yeah, he's like
But I don't know.
what Piqué is going to be in Barcelona, like future club president or something.
but
director of
Piqué,
football.
but Piqué, I think is different. I mean, he's very, very connected to Barcelona.
Same thing with Ramos. He's
think
very
so?
connected to.
Yeah, I mean, I
These
guess.
are the two people who are always connected to their clubs, and they kind of.
Yeah, they signed him. I think he was 19 when they
Yeah.
signed him from Sevilla.
Yeah.
It was at that time he was the most expensive left back or something like that.
Right back.
Right back.
Yeah.
In the world.
Yeah. So I think he wants to stay, but whether he would be able to stay in a ruthless club like Real Madrid, like where Casillas just left, that is a different question.
Yeah, but also Real Madrid doesn't treat their elders very well. Their
Correct.
old
Yeah.
players, Raúl, Casillas, they all have had to leave through the back door. So
Yeah. I mean,
that's the thing with Real Madrid. If you wait too much, you might just be shown the door,
Yeah.
instead of leaving of your own accord, like Zidane.
yeah. So yeah, I honestly think Mourinho might join Tottenham or Real Madrid, but I mean,
Yeah, I would say Tottenham, Manchester United, Real Madrid,
yeah. I mean,
and Inter. But Inter just got Conte. Conte is
No,
doing a phenomenal job.
he's not
it's too
leaving.
late.
yeah, we're gonna get to Conte at some point. I can guarantee you that. But yeah, I mean, Mourinho joining those three clubs are our predictions. So maybe let us know what do you think. And apart from that, Real Madrid. Now that we're on that topic, what should they
They
really?
just lost against Mallorca.
Yeah, they just lost today against Mallorca.
Yeah, I mean they were doing fine so far, but they did lose against PSG, and
They lost a bunch of games. I don't think they're doing fine. They're like on the brink of Zidane
they
leaving the
did lose a
club.
bunch of games. They lost against PSG. They lost a bunch of games in preseason, but not in the league. They were undefeated in the league so far.
Oh, really?
Yeah, they were undefeated in the league. They were the last team undefeated in Spain. So, but they did lose a whole bunch of games in the preseason. They lost against PSG.
Yeah.
So I mean, it's not that they hadn't lost a game, but in the league, they that was the first defeat. So in the league they were doing okay. But now Barcelona is the new number one in the league. So now they've fallen behind Barcelona. They're not doing so well in the Champions League. Their gameplay has been pretty bad.
Yeah, I couldn't.
They're not playing well.
I don't know how Real Madrid plays, to be honest. Like when
But yeah, I mean,
see,
it's just a bunch of good players
Yeah.
put together,
it's just very hard to understand like when you see some team
and
playing
it's
like
hard to know which ones are the players that. I mean, what is the lineup for Real Madrid at this
Yeah.
point? No one knows. Not even Zidane.
no, they don't have a set starting lineup.
They really don't.
They don't know which players play in what sort of role.
Yeah, I don't think they have a formation either.
Yeah, and like the last Real Madrid team of Zidane, they
Yeah,
used
that
to
was-
play in counter-attacking football.
Yeah,
It was very evident, but
and they had a pretty stable starting lineup.
yeah, and this team doesn't have an identity, so that's the biggest problem. I think if Zidane can solve it by December,
Yeah, he's still
January-
trying to figure things out. He's trying to build a team, but
Yeah,
it's taking him a while.
so if he can figure things out, good and well. Otherwise, we would probably see Zidane departing the club.
Yeah, probably. And
So-
Hazard is now doing well.
No, Eden Hazard is
He's being a big flop, and that doesn't help Real Madrid
Yeah.
because Cristiano Ronaldo is not there anymore.
right.
Benzema scores goals, but he's not, Thierry Henry or Cristiano Ronaldo or Messi.
But he's the best performer of
Yeah,
Real
he's the
Madrid
best
so far.
performer, but he's not going to give you 40 goals
Yeah.
in the season.
No, for sure not.
Definitely not.
Most probably not. And he won't have that much of a service.
And
either.
even, I mean, Vinicius doesn't score goals.
Right, but
Lucas
that's,
Vasquez doesn't
Yeah.
really score goals.
I am very excited about Vinicius though.
Yeah, I mean,
I think
he's a
he's-
big promise, but he's not scoring any goals. James Rodriguez is the only other guy that scores goals, participates in attack, but they have a goal problem.
Yeah. Ideally, I would like to build a team where Vinicius and Ousmane Dembele both play in both of the wings.
Yeah, they're going to be
And
the
with-
stars of the future.
Yeah, with a direct striker because I love them both, and both
With
of them have
Mbappe in the middle.
maybe Mbappe or someone like in the middle. I mean, basically, I'm talking about my FIFA team right now.
Yeah, that would be pretty epic. In 10
but-
years from now, that's going to be a great team. Mbappe, Dembele, and Vinicius, in 10 years from
Yeah.
now, they're going to be at their peak.
They should be.
Because I think Vinicius is 19.
Well, Dembele is a little older than the
Dembele
rest.
is not a lot older, though. He's like 21, 22.
Hmm.
So 10 years from now, he's still going to be pretty good. I
Oh,
think.
yeah,
Mbappe, I think, is 20.
yeah,
So this is really a team for 2030.
should be. It
Which is
should be.
crazy.
Yeah, it should be a team for that. I mean, that's a pretty good team. I also like Luka Jovic, as far as I've seen him playing. I think he's a pretty good striker.
Yeah, he's a good striker. They could use him in a 4-4-2
He reminds me of the
with
striker.
Benzema as well.
Yeah,
That could be an option.
yeah. He reminds me of, like, if you remember, like Andrea Bellotti of Torino. He was
Yeah.
playing like 2 seasons back. He's like very physical, very strong kind of
Yeah.
striker.
Yeah, Jovic I think he's a big promise.
Yeah. So
He did very, very well for Frankfurt last season. So.
yeah, there's a lot of good players in that.
I mean, Real Madrid has really good players.
There's a bunch
Like,
of
their roster is terrific.
It's just a problem that they don't know how to play together.
Yeah.
They haven't
And
figured
also
out.
there's a little bit of a problem because Hazard is not scoring, and some of the other attacking players are not scoring either. Whoever plays that day, Lucas Vasquez, Vinicius, Asensio's injured. Isco's not really playing.
Another great player.
Oh,
who-
Bale he doesn't score that many goals either.
I mean, Bale still is playing better than last week.
But at least Bale is playing much better than last season.
Yeah, and if you see now, that's the problem with Gareth Bale. I think he's somehow like
And he's probably going to get injured at some point.
yeah, but he's still one of the consistent players of Real Madrid over the last 3-4 years. Like if you go through his stats, it's
Uh-huh.
still pretty awesome. Like
Yeah?
it is much better than a lot of people. They think how Bale performs. So I don't know. Bale gets the wrong end of the stick most of the time, and because he doesn't know Spanish or he doesn't fit in with the culture maybe. And most
I
of the
think
people,
he's been injured a lot of the time.
Yeah, he's been
so
injured.
it's hard to be
But
consistent.
he
Maybe
basically,
his numbers are somewhat consistent, but his play,
his numbers are really good, not even consistent, I would say.
Yeah.
If you check his numbers at any time, they are really good numbers. And he scores in very important matches also. He scores
Yeah,
in
that's
the
true.
Copa del Rey final, Champions League final, all the important games. Actually, Gareth Bale also scored or provided assists. So there's a really good statistics.
Yeah.
So I can't say that the amount of money that they bought him for, Bale really didn't perform. Like if Bale keeps on going on with the Madrid team for the next 3 years, he's still a pretty good acquisition.
Yeah, I mean, at that time he seemed too expensive, 100 million, but especially because he didn't perform quite as well as they were expecting him to perform. If you look at all the seasons, but I mean, $100 million. I mean, euros. I think it was what, 100 million euros, something like that. It was in the region of 100 million. I think it was maybe a little bit more, 102, 103. But yeah, I mean, it's not a lot for today's standards.
Yeah, I mean, Paul Pogba was bought with 88.
Pogba was a lot more expensive.
88 or something like that. And how much?
I mean, even more, right?
No, he's 88.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
But Dembele, for example, was a lot more
Yeah,
expensive.
Dembele was more.
Coutinho was a lot more expensive.
Yep, all the more expensive.
Neymar was twice the price.
Yes, Neymar was the most expensive player.
222
Mbappe was
million,
also-
I think, or something like that. Well, Mbappe is worth it.
Yeah. No, but I'm just saying that.
Mafia at this point is worth like 300 million.
Yeah.
Just crazy.
But if you compare a Pogba with a Bale, I'd say
Yeah.
Bale did his job.
Well, Pogba was very good with Juventus, but with Manchester United, eh,
He hasn't found his rhythm.
no.
He's a much better
And
player
also
even with the
he
French
ha-
national team.
And he has good numbers, but he's not a good team player for Manchester United.
Yeah, he can find that odd pass. I mean,
Yeah, he
Pogba
gets
is
some
a-
assists, some
yeah.
goals, but a central midfielder should be able to direct the team.
yeah,
Like especially a guy with who's sort of like a number 10 almost, like
Yeah.
Pogba.
Pogba
Organizing
could have been
midfielder.
like a ideal successor to Yaya Toure or like
Yeah, a guy like
Patrick
that.
Vieira,
Yeah,
all these big names.
like this big boss.
Yeah, in the midfield.
Yeah, like
And that-
the big daddy in the midfield.
Yeah, like the midfielder general.
Like the guy who takes care of business.
Yeah.
And like
Future Manchester United captain also.
the captain
Yeah.
directs the game of the team. So those really complete guys.
Yeah.
That's his profile, but he
I mean,
hasn't been able to do
fits
that.
the part. Like he's an ideally a player
Yeah, that's what he should be doing.
who can do a lot of things. He's super talented, I think. But
Yeah, and he's very talented.
and he does
cool.
it for friends.
Yeah, he does it for France. He's played as a number 10 for France. He's played as a number 6.
Yeah.
Played as a number 5.
So I mean, he's a pretty good player for France, but not for Manchester United to start with. And I also think Real Madrid is gonna go for Paul Pogba at some point. They did in the last window. They couldn't make that deal happen. But any moment, given this coming transfer window or the next transfer window,
Real Madrid.
Real Madrid is gonna go for Paul Pogba.
It could be okay. I don't know. Yeah. Yeah, I mean, what do you think? Do you think that would be like a very good addition to their side? I'm not even that sure, I don't know if that's what they need.
I think Paul Pogba could be a very good addition at any team at any
Yeah,
point.
that's true. So,
He's such a talented player.
yeah, he's always gonna add some quality, but yeah, I don't know.
It's kind of hard to say, but I'm pretty sure about Madrid going for Pogba.
Oh, alright, just one second.
We'll stop.
No, don't stop.
Hi. I locked myself out and I don't have my car keys, so I have to go.
There you go.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
I think we're here.
You can keep it,
Talking
or you can just bring it back.
Whoa.
Alright. Sorry, guys. Technical difficulties, no problem.
I'm sorry.
It's okay.
I literally got out to the
We're
car.
doing
and was like,
podcasts, so.
Oh, I got out to the car and was like, where
It's okay.
is my key? Okay, sorry.
It's alright.
Okay, bye.
No problem, Amy. Alright, so that was the neighbor. She forgot her keys. So we have a spare key. Anyways, yeah, so man, recap of the season so far. What do you think? Yeah, we actually meant to do this podcast a little bit sooner, but life gets in the way, so we didn't quite manage to start the podcast for the beginning of the season, but it's early enough in the season, so
8 games, 9 games, 1/3, 1/4,
yeah,
1/4 of the season, quarter of the season.
yeah. So
Yeah.
maybe not that early, but
Yeah.
it is what it is. So,
Yeah.
I mean, what do you think about the season so far?
For whom?
I don't know. Let's start and maybe we can do like the end of the season predictions as well. You wanted to talk about that?
I mean, yeah, that's going to be a topic that is gonna come up, recurring topic.
Yeah. So we can
I mean,
kind of
we
like
could probably
blend
do-
those two together. So starting with the Premier League, who do you think is gonna win? And so I mean, so far. So I'll say like so far, I think it's. I wasn't expecting the season to start like this. I think I was expecting the top 6 to dominate again. And instead of that happening, Manchester United, they're doing terrible. Tottenham underperforming. And Chelsea also underperforming.
Then you
So,
have Leicester, then
Yeah.
West Ham.
which I didn't expect to do that
All
well.
these clubs.
So Arsenal is doing okay,
Yeah.
and Manchester City and Liverpool are following the script. But
Yeah.
yeah. So I don't know. At this point, We had talked about. I said I thought Liverpool was going to finish second and Manchester City first, but at this point, Liverpool is looking. I think very likely that they'll be able to win this year.
Yeah,
I'll definitely put my money on Liverpool this year.
It's gonna be top two is pretty much fine.
Yeah, the top two is already decided.
Yeah. We all agreed, I think, on top two.
Yeah, I thought Manchester United and Tottenham would have a chance to break into that top two.
I don't think so.
No, I thought that before, but not
Okay,
anymore.
no, I didn't
Yeah.
think so either.
I thought they might have a chance if they started the season well, but I thought Chelsea not so much because they lost Higuain, they lost Hazard. They weren't really able to bring any new good players except for Pulisic, so
Yeah, but
I didn't think they really had a chance.
I think Chelsea is very exciting to
Yeah,
watch.
it's very exciting because they're rebuilding.
Yeah,
But it's not a team that right now looks like they can win the Premier League. It looks like a team that is getting ready for the future.
yeah, for sure. So my prediction would be Liverpool 1,
And Arsenal is Arsenal.
Arsenal is being Arsenal. Yeah, and City.
So they'll probably do well, but not that well.
Yeah, Liverpool 1, City 2 is still my prediction.
You'll finally see Liverpool winning the Premier
finally.
League. It's going to be the first time ever,
Yeah,
right?
That's gonna be first time ever
Man,
in my lifetime.
last year, Amir, just gotta say like how crazy it is that Liverpool
Yeah, it
didn't win the Premier League. Yeah, it won the Champions League, but it with the numbers that it had,
Yeah,
it's probably the best team in the history of English football not to win the Premier League,
right. Yeah,
which is very unlucky.
I think
Klopp is a
Liverpool-
bit of an unlucky guy.
Yeah, they played fantastic football. They just lost
Yeah.
one game. So
They lost just one game,
Yeah,
and it was the wrong game.
it was a wrong game.
It was the wrong game to lose.
Yeah. By millimeters also, if you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So that sucks. But yeah, they won the Champions League, so all is good.
Yeah, it worked
Yeah.
out pretty fine. So I think ideally, that's the top two teams, and then number 3, number 4, very hard to predict. I think Chelsea would finish in
Yeah.
top 4.
At the beginning of the season, I would have said for sure Tottenham and Manchester United, but
Yeah.
I mean not for sure, but to me those were the two that looked the best out of the other 4.
Mhm.
But right now, Manchester United is looking terrible.
Right.
So I would probably change my prediction at this time.
So do you have any?
I think Arsenal is looking good,
Okay.
so I think top 4 for Arsenal.
Top 4 for Arsenal. Okay.
Yeah. And Tottenham, I think they probably still squeeze in like
So
fourth.
Leicester. I mean, sorry,
spot.
not Leicester. Manchester City, Liverpool.
No, Liverpool number 1, Manchester City number 2.
Okay.
I would say at this point, Arsenal number 3 and Tottenham number 4. That would be my top 4.
Okay. My top 4 would be Liverpool 1, City 2, Chelsea 3, and
Oh, you think Chelsea's gonna make it?
yeah, Chelsea's gonna make it, and Arsenal 4. So Chelsea 3, Arsenal 4.
Okay. So probably, yeah. I mean Chelsea, yeah. It's possible. It's definitely possible.
Yeah.
But I don't know. They don't have like the stars that they used to have. They have a very young team.
Although I just want to say that I'm enjoying. I never liked Chelsea's games basically because of Mourinho's defensive style, and I never really enjoyed watching Chelsea play from time to time. I mean, some games, yeah. But this is the first time I actually enjoy looking at Chelsea team. Like they're a very exciting talent, I believe, under Lampard. But okay, we are done with Premier League, La Liga.
La
La Liga
Liga,
prediction time.
that's tough. But La Liga is a lot more exciting than I thought it was going to be because you have Manchester, Real Madrid, Barcelona, and Atletico Madrid. All 3 of them are having trouble this season.
Yeah.
But they're not doing terrible. So the end result is that all of them are pretty much at the same level so far.
Yeah.
And so it's kind of a very exciting beginning of probably the most exciting beginning of the league that I can think of in recent years. I mean,
Yeah.
because they almost have the same points, and they're basically all screwing up.
Right.
So it also means that the other teams are close.
But what's your prediction then? 1, 2, 3, 4.
I would still especially because we didn't get to do this right at the beginning of the season. I'll still go with my original prediction: Barcelona number 1, Real Madrid number 2, Atletico Madrid number 3.
Okay. My prediction is then 4. Or you don't care about the fourth spot?
The fourth one? No, I mean the fourth one. I think Sevilla.
Okay, that's good enough. I think Barcelona won, Atleti 2, Real is at number 3, and
Really behind Athletic.
yeah,
With their team?
yeah, I don't see them at number 2. They're gonna lose some games.
It's possible. Yeah. Then they finished third last year.
But this is the hardest league to predict as of right now. It's very hard to predict. And Sevilla probably 4, but we'll see in 1 month's time where it will stand.
We'll see. And Barcelona started really badly, but I think a big reason why Barcelona wasn't doing good is that because they didn't have Messi and Suarez. I think they're
Messi, let's say Messi.
yeah, but even Suarez. I think Messi and Suarez for the past 5 years or so, they're just like basically 70%, 80% of their attack. So it's hard when you're playing with Ansu Fati and who else were you? Griezmann. What's the name? That like the other guy that they like 21 years old.
Oh yeah, there was someone else. Yes.
Yeah, right now I can't remember the name, but like the other kid that they were using
He was
is
playing in Messi's
or even
position.
Dembele. I mean, it's just not the same. You know, Messi and Suarez, they get the job done. So
Yeah, they got the job done against Inter.
yeah, against pretty much every team they're playing against,
Yeah.
it's either Messi or Suarez or both that get the job done. So
Yeah,
so I think with Messi and Suarez, even though they're getting old,
but
I mean they're still a very
what do you
very
think of
dangerous team.
Griezmann? 100 million plus.
They almost won the Champions League.
Yeah.
If it hadn't been for that one goal, I mean they probably would have made it to the final and beaten Tottenham and would be talking about the best team in the world. So
Yeah, it's a good chance.
yeah,
Still, Messi
just
still
one
the
goal
best player.
difference basically.
Yeah,
Because I'm pretty sure they would have beaten Tottenham in the final. So
yeah. I mean, had they won the semi-final, let's say.
yeah, I think that was the
Yeah.
big game, and
I don't think honestly 3-0 was a fair result in the first game because I kind of felt like Liverpool was playing really
but
well.
that's the thing with Barcelona is not about being fair. It's that you have like really good players.
No,
you have a
but-
good team, and then you have players that can score at any point.
No, but I was not that surprised when Liverpool scored 4 goals in Barcelona because I knew that this Barcelona team, we are not talking about the very strong Barcelona teams of the past, and they were very lucky to score 3 goals. And Liverpool not scoring 1 goal, like at the last 91st minute, Salah hit the bar from like
Yeah, I mean,
dead
they were a little
center,
bit
like,
unlucky. Yeah.
how did he hit the bar
That's
from
for
that
sure.
spot? I don't know.
Yeah, I mean they were
So-
unlucky for sure.
It would have been like 3-1 or 2-0, something like that. Would have been a fair score in that game.
Yeah.
3-0.
But again, like I said, Barcelona. If you have Messi, it's not about being fair.
Yeah,
Yeah.
from time to time. Yeah, that's true.
So,
So, I mean, but what do you think about Griezmann?
well, he's like Hazard. He's not performing well.
Do you think
and
it's-
that's a problem for Barcelona because they've been letting go of points that they shouldn't have lost. And they dropped some big points. In games because Griezmann is not really performing that well. I think he has 3 or 4 goals so far. He's the only guy that has been playing consistently up front.
Yeah,
He should be doing better. So
but it's a new team.
it's
Lot
a
of
new team, yeah,
expectations.
but when you cost, how much did he cost? 120 million.
Plus, yeah.
It doesn't really matter. I mean, as a team, you're expecting him to score goals. I mean, that's why you spend that kind of money. But he's doing better than Hazard at Real Madrid for sure.
Yes, definitely. Okay, let's move to Serie.
So yeah.
Now, do you want to give a disclosure?
Well, yeah, I really like Juventus. I'm a Juventus supporter since the time of Del Piero and Buffon, Nedved.
Complete dominance.
Yeah, I mean that was a beautiful team, and Juventus has been winning. So Juventus is a very particular situation because I'm kind of bored of Juventus winning every year. So I don't even care if they win the league or not. And I think, I guess I would prefer for them to win the league, but I want it to be more interesting. So it's a good thing that you're very bullish on Inter.
Yeah.
And
very bullish on Inter.
Napoli is not doing as well as they should probably be doing. So, but I think This is going to be Juventus all the way again.
So prediction:
Juventus.
1, 2, 3.
Juventus makes everybody their bitch again. So I guess this is it's an R-rated podcast already.
Yeah. Well, I've been using that word for some time, so now okay, we'll use that.
This is-
Language.
Yeah.
But so Juventus won. Who do you think would be the second?
Juventus first, Inter second, Napoli third, and Atalanta fourth.
That's a pretty good prediction, except I think Inter first, Juventus second, yeah, Napoli
No,
third,
really?
and Atalanta fourth.
Even after Juventus beat Inter,
Yeah, I think there's still hope for Inter. I
I-
still hope for Inter.
I don't know.
What about the other side of the
I
Milan?
think this is Juventus. It's Juventus house, you know.
It's
Like,
Juventus house.
yeah, everybody else, you know.
And they're a very strong team. I'm
They're,
not disagreeing.
they're
on that.
secondary characters.
And they will focus a lot in the Champions League. So
Well, yeah, I mean, I would like to see Juventus win the Champions League, obviously. I hope they win the Champions League, or they don't win the Champions League. I hope they don't lose another final.
yeah, that's been painful for Juventus supporters for
Yeah,
all the years.
for a long time. So, yeah, I mean, as long as they don't lose the final again, I'm fine with it. But,
Yeah.
yeah, I mean, Juventus, they have a chance. You know, Cristiano Ronaldo, Dybala,
And they have a big chance.
Higuain, Douglas Costa.
I mean, there are so many players that they can't even
Yeah,
have
I mean, I can keep saying names
Names
for
of
the
the
next
names.
10 minutes. So you know, they have a lot of talent, a lot of attacking talent. You know, Bernardeschi is very good. So I mean, I don't know. They're definitely a team that can win, and they're very complete. You know, defenders, midfielders,
lots of midfielders.
too many
Too many.
attackers. So yeah, I think it's definitely Juventus season.
What about AC Milan? This is
Crap.
sad story. AC Milan.
Sad story. Yeah.
I don't even know who's the manager right
I don't
now.
think they make it into the top six.
Yeah.
I think it's still Gattuso.
No,
Not?
it's not Gattuso.
He got fired?
I think so.
Yeah.
There was a new manager in place of Gattuso, and
I mean,
maybe he's getting replaced also.
yeah, I mean they're not making it into the top six even.
Yeah, it's a very, very sad demise of AC Milan that we
Yeah,
see
I
right
mean
now.
next year they need to do something.
I used to love that team back in the times of 2005 and 6.
Yeah, I mean they were
Champions.
just such an amazing team, you know, with Gattuso
Since late 90s.
as a player, Pirlo, Kaká, Rui Costa, Sidor, Filippo Inzaghi. That was a great team. Nesta, you know, Maldini,
And over the last
Cafu. That was a
10
great
years,
team.
10, 12 years, I would say that they have completely lost their track. And
Well, Berlusconi screwed up. I mean, he basically let them all become old, and he didn't buy anyone for like a long time, 3-4 years. They didn't really sign any good players, and they just got old, and they didn't replace them.
well, what a transfer strategy.
Yeah, that's just pretty bad.
Yeah.
That's exactly what you shouldn't do. If you're a big team, it's as if like Barcelona didn't sign anyone now for 4 years,
Yeah.
and then all of a sudden they have to rebuild the whole team, and they're shit. That's what happened to AC Milan, and they don't. It's weird though. I don't know why AC Milan, because AC Milan and Inter used to be very, very competitive in terms of getting the best players, but recently it seems like they haven't been able to catch up. Whereas you know Juventus has been able to catch up and get like top talent like Dybala and Cristiano Ronaldo, Higuain. I mean, it's been lots of good signings at the highest level, but Inter, I mean, this is the first year that they were able to sign Lukaku, but at the same time they sold Icardi, you know, so they just don't seem to have the muscle to really sign great players anymore. And AC Milan, when was the last time that they signed a great player? I can't even remember,
No.
because I think it's been 10 years or so.
Yeah.
Like I can't remember like the last time they signed a big name.
Yeah. This is
Like
a very
I
hard
honestly
time
cannot
for.
remember. It's like who was it? Like the last big name that they signed?
I don't remember honestly. So it's a very hard time for AC Milan.
Yeah.
So
If you don't
we-
sign good players, you can't have a good team at the highest level. It's not
And they're not
possible.
producing good young talents either.
Yeah, they're not producing talent either.
Yeah, so it's very hard. All right, so you're done. So the two other leagues, or maybe I mean
then-
we know all the predictions of the other leagues.
Yeah, Bayern and PSG.
Okay, Bayern and PSG right on, right on.
Yeah,
So-
I mean the German league is a little bit better
Yeah.
because you have Dortmund, yeah, like Schalke, like
Some
you're talking
people
about.
like Schalke,
You have your
yeah.
crazy friend that likes
Yeah.
Schalke.
I have a friend who used to love Schalke. I think he still likes Schalke,
Yeah,
but he used to support the Turkish national team. So
yeah, there's crazy people, and then Leipzig
Leipzig
doesn't
is
have a
good.
bad team. So the Bundesliga is a little bit more interesting,
and
and
Bayern is not winning actually.
Bayern is
They're dropping points.
is inconsistent. Even though I think I like this team better than their team last year.
Oh yeah, this is an exciting team.
Yeah, because unlike AC Milan, they are doing like the transition towards like a new generation. With Coutinho, if they can hold on to him, that's a big
Yeah.
one. Coutinho, they
Gnabry
have
came out big.
Kimmich, who's becoming a
Serge Gnabry.
a
he's
very good
playing
player. Gnabry, Coleman is becoming
Coman is really-
as well
yeah.
better.
Nicolas Sula in the back. I think he's a
Sula,
really good player.
yeah. So there's like 5, 6 players that are turning
they're
into
really
like
good.
world class players. Yeah, and they're pretty young. So
After Robin and Ribery, they're
yeah, because they needed that transition obviously because Robin and Ribéry were
yeah.
very old.
So
34, 35 they were already.
Yeah.
So 36 even. So they needed to move on to the next stage, and I think this year pretty good start in terms of the team that they assembled.
where does
Uh,
Robin play? Do you know?
No, I think he retired.
He's died.
Well, they're like 36, 35, 36.
Ribery is still in Bayern.
Really?
Yeah.
No, he left.
But,
Yeah, for sure.
oh, okay.
Yeah,
I didn't know
yeah.
about that.
They both left.
Okay.
Yeah. No, it was time.
Yeah, I mean, it was for sure this time. But I was seeing Ribery in some Bayern videos or something.
So
like
they're
that.
doing a great job in terms of like rebuilding the team, I think.
Yeah.
Lewandowski is still like one of the best strikers in the world. They probably need to get a new striker at some point.
He's
Lewandowski,
31 right
yeah,
now.
he's 31, I think. So yeah, they probably should be thinking about that. I would like to see like maybe Werner play for Bayern.
Well, he's the ideal replacement, maybe.
Yeah.
I mean, he's not still as that good as Lewandowski is.
No, but
Or when he went
hard.
to Bayern.
Yeah,
But, I mean, I think they would be looking
I mean
for a
as
new
good as
striker.
Lewandowski. Yeah,
It's very hard to replace Lewandowski.
it's like 2 or 3 guys. I mean, you can do that in the
Same
world.
problem City is having with Aguero.
And Barcelona with Suarez as well.
Yeah.
Icardi could have been a good signing. PSG got him, but he has a lot of
He comes with a lot
temperament
of
issues.
baggage
So
problems, yeah.
yeah, so that's.
I mean, Lautaro Martinez, I think.
Lautaro
phenomenal
Martinez
striker.
could be.
Really good player.
Yeah, that could be. Man, it's a shame that Icardi left Inter because Lautaro Martinez and Icardi together, that would have been a pretty exciting duo.
Yeah, it could have been pretty exciting. But they have still some good players.
And they brought in Lukaku with the money that they
Yeah.
need for Icardi. So
And it's good for Martinez. He's playing a lot consistently now.
yeah,
I don't think with Icardi he would have gotten the time. But anyway,
Well,
we can finish the podcast with like Champions League top 4 prediction.
yeah. Champions League top 4 predictions. Before was a lot easier because you could always say Barcelona, Real Madrid, Bayern, and you'll probably get 2 out of 3, if not 3 out of 3.
Yeah.
Right now, I think it's harder. I think because you have Liverpool, you have Manchester City, you have Bayern still, you have PSG, Real Madrid, and Barcelona still very competitive. Also Atletico Madrid.
You can count in a lot of teams.
Juventus.
Yeah.
So it's difficult. I would say, I don't know. I think maybe Barcelona makes it. I
Okay.
think City and Liverpool maybe make it to the semifinals again.
Okay.
And I would say I'm gonna go with being optimistic in Juventus.
Yeah.
Juventus making it to the semifinals again.
Yeah. I think I have exactly all the. I agree with all the 4 teams.
Really?
Yeah, I pretty much agree with all of them. So I was going to say, I think
So
Liverpool.
who wins it? So I guess that's the question. Who out of
It's
those
very
4?
hard. I don't know.
I mean, it's almost impossible
It's
to
impossible
predict, but
yeah, it's just like picking up something. Bad
I'm
of
gonna
course.
be optimistic again, and I'm gonna say
Yeah,
Juventus.
Juventus, yeah,
You know?
that's a fair choice. They
Who
have a
knows?
very good team.
Yeah.
But I'd agree with the top 4. I mean, at least Champions League semi-final that Liverpool, City.
I think at
Juventus,
least
Barcelona.
some of those 4 teams are gonna make it to the semifinals.
Oh, for sure, 2 out of 4.
Yeah. I think maybe.
2
Yeah.
out of 4. But I think the English dominance would still continue this year also in Champions League.
Yeah, I think Liverpool and Manchester City are gonna do well.
Yeah.
And then you have Tottenham is probably gonna do well.
I mean, not this year anymore.
You don't think so?
No, I think Alex is gonna do well though. Alex has been really good.
Ajax? Yeah. Well, I don't think they're gonna reach the
Yeah.
semifinals, but I think
I don't know if any agent is gonna watch our video, to be honest. But if anyone would have been, I would have said like sign Hakim Ziyech from Alex. Like Hakim Ziyech is such a good
yeah,
player.
he's a great player.
Who no one looking for signing, and he has been scoring like he's in a phenomenal. I've been
Well,
watching Alex.
Tadic is great, but he's already
Yeah.
I think he's 31.
Yeah, but I saw
32.
Ziyech played in some of the Champions League games so for Alex, and I just watched the Champions League games for Ziyech, and he's such a good, phenomenal player.
And they lost a lot of people this year, but I think next year is probably gonna be even worse because they're gonna lose the ones that stayed this year.
Yeah,
So they probably have one more year to do really well in the Champions League, and I think I agree. I think they're gonna be there in the quarterfinals perhaps.
yeah, they're an exciting team. They're
I mean
still
they're
exciting.
they're
team.
a pretty exciting team still.
Yeah.
Yeah. Even though they lost some talent.
But yeah, there goes our top 4 prediction.
Yeah. So we actually agree on the top 4.
Yeah, we pretty much.
But football is very unpredictable, so we're not gonna
Yeah.
get the top 4 probably. So
We'll again revisit in a month maybe, and
yeah,
we'll see where it's.
and we'll talk about other things in the following podcast. We're probably gonna do some rankings because I like doing some rankings.
Yeah, there's a lot of that.
Yeah. So do you want to talk about anything else before we wrap this one up?
No.
No.
Yeah, I think we have touched on all the topics.
All right.
Okay. Yeah.
Well, thanks for listening to us
Thanks.
and watching us. If there's anyone at all that listens to us and watches, but we'll be back. All right. Thank you.
Thanks.